These are my 3 pieces of technology which I think will help improve fan engagement. Social media is now used within sport on a global scale and has a massive impact for fans. Facebook, Twitter, Instagram and YouTube are 4 of the biggest platforms that are used in sports by sports teams, players, coaches, governing bodies, agents and many more. These are all used to help with fan engagement. For example, Manchester United lead the way in the Premier League in the terms of followers on Twitter, with over 12.5 million followers. These followers also expand to worldwide. Manchester United use Twitter to tell their fans about the latest stories regarding players, staff, fixtures, highlights and interviews from previous matches. This makes the fan feel involved within the club and that they should feel belonged and that they should feel as though they belong. This helps the fan with engagements, as the more the club tells the fans using social media, the more the fans will be loyal and are engaged for longer periods of time. Manchester United use the technology available on social media to involve their fans on making decisions. This can mean the fans can choose a Man of the Match award by voting on Twitter polls. This can give the fans a certain amount of power when it comes to making decisions, and this also engages them. They even tweet around the clock so fans in other parts of the world with different time zones are accounted for. Social media as a technology can be used on computers, phones, tablets, etc. so fans all around the world can access the latest news wherever they want to. People can also even reply to tweets from Manchester United, and the club themselves can get back to people who may have queries about tickets or certain fixtures. So personally, messaging back fans gives them a sense of belonging that really helps with the engagement also. YouTube is also a massive platform used to help with fans' engagement. Sports such as rugby use YouTube to allow the fans to see what goes on behind the scenes with their favourite stars and professionals. England Rugby, for example, have their own YouTube channel, and this provides videos using the best HD camera technology of behind the scenes access. This can include training sessions, team talks and interviews. It engages the fans, giving them the chance to see what normally the public would never be able to see. To ensure the fans are involved within these videos, they also share the link on Twitter and Facebook because of the high popularity profile of the team. The more people that are likely to see the video link, the more people are likely to watch it. Social media as a technology helps engage fans by trying to make them feel personally involved within the sport, whether it's football, rugby, golf or tennis, etc. The different types of social media are used in different ways to achieve the same goal, because sport in the modern day is nothing without fans, and fans feeling engaged and feeling welcome and a part of a sport is crucial if sport wants to continue on a global scale like it does today. There are a few negatives, however, of social media. For example, Twitter has been known to cause arguments between fans who may disagree on a certain opinion about a club, a player, something that's happened in a game, for example. This can also then lead to personal abuse, as professionals themselves do have their own accounts. It has been known before for them to receive harassment messages and even threatening messages through social media. Smart Stadium is my second piece of technology to help with fan engagement. They're now hugely popular in the US and are becoming bigger and bigger across the world also. Smart stadiums are ultimately designed to enhance the fan experience of live events to compete against with stay-at-home fans. With live sport nowadays, fans staying at home is becoming a concern because sport is broadcasted across different channels on television and radio, making it easier to watch it at home. Some smart stadiums are being used to help to get fans down to the event to watch it live. Smart stadiums work by creating an app which they download on the smartphones to enhance their experience. The app contains many things which every fan will need to know if they are going to the stadium. It contains information on parking availability, so fans who are driving can find out if there are any spaces available near the stadium, and if not, where the next alternative best parking space is. It also provides information of ticketing prices or issues. This helps the fan know how much it will cost if there is a problem with the tickets and what can be done to resolve the issue. It allows the fans to know where the ticket gates or turnstiles are, and also how busy the lines will be, so they have an idea of how long they'll be waiting for. When certain ticket gates have a shorter queue, the app will also notify the fan, letting them know they can receive early entrance into the ground. This is all designed to give the fan the best possible experience. Apps can also show the nearest possible toilets to a given individual's location by tracking their location using GPS. This ensures fans are not wandering about trying to find them aimlessly but have a clear instruction of where to go. Smart stadiums also feature large HD screens for the fans to see. In American football, for example, at Auburn's University Jordan-Hare Stadium, large screens are displayed in the stadium so fans that are far away and in the higher tiers in the ground can see close up of what's going on in front of them. They can get a better understanding of what is happening during the match. They can see player emotions, communication between players or staff, and instant replays that are always displayed using the screens. It's not only smart stadiums, however, that use the HD large screens. A lot of regular stadiums do too, but they all have the same purpose for fan engagement. The screens also allow fans to tweet in their club and tweet in their pictures with the hopes of their pictures and messages being displayed on the screen for everyone else in the stadium to see. It creates a sense of importance to the fans which will make them happy and affects them in positive ways. Screens are also used downstairs and in corridors for fans to carry on watching the game if they need a toilet break or need refreshments, so they do not miss any. In smart stadiums, fans are also able to order food directly to their seat with cashless payments, so they do not have to miss any of the game and avoid the long queues downstairs. This technology is now used in other sports such as golf. The Open Championship, for example, in 2017, MasterCard holders were able to order food and drink directly to their seat in stands, so they did not have to go up and get them themselves and run the risk of their seats being taken. You could argue this then creates a sense of fans staying at home, which is what professional sporting clubs are trying to eradicate. They're trying to get more fans down to the stadium, but it is also a positive factor. A negative factor, however, is there could be potential problems with the app for smart stadiums, and if there is a problem with the app, then the experience is not going to be as smoothly and efficiently as the fan would probably be expecting to, which then could lead fans to not returning. It would also mean requiring a smartphone, which might be okay for age ranges from 20 to about 50, but then what about people from 60 plus onwards who might not have a smartphone, so they can't get the full experience? My third piece of technology is television. The best way for a fan to engage with a sport is no doubt by going to watch a certain event or sport live. This is the best way to soak in the atmosphere and real-time events. The second best way and most popular way is by watching sport through television. The majority of people who watch sports on television, and this is down to a number of reasons. One key reason is watching sport in the comfort of your own home. It's preferred by many fans because it's more accessible and easier to watch than actually travelling to the stadium. Also, in football, for example, many people might not be able to travel away if the clubs are playing away matches due to competition and tickets with other fans, and also the price of paying for petrol, possibly staying overnight if they're playing somewhere a great deal away. So the television isn't just an easier and better option. There is also a cost issue, as it can prove to be very expensive to go to a live event stadiums. Things such as petrol, train fares or transport to the stadium if you don't live close enough costs a fan money before they've even got there. Also, food and drink costs money, and these are all provided in stadiums at high prices. Finally, tickets themselves for a high-profile event will also not be cheap, so this will all add up to a small fortune. This is why television is preferred by some fans. Television is the most popular option piece of technology to use with engage with the sport, because now it's easier than ever to keep engaged with the sport due to television. For example, Sky Sports News is a dedicated sport channel on television that runs 24/7. So fans from anywhere at any time can get alerts on their favourite breaking stories within the sporting world, whether it's football, golf, cycling, snooker, etc. It covers all sports, so every fan with a passion for a certain sport can watch it to find out the latest news, injuries, statistics, interviews, or news regarding their sport. This channel runs during live matches, but even when there are no live matches happening, it is engaging fans all the time, and its main purpose is to include fans and make them feel important within the sport. This is crucial for increasing fan engagement, as fans may lose interest if they cannot get up to date with their sport. So this channel increases fan engagement by giving them that opportunity and that privilege to do so. It also gives them a sense of involvement within the sport. It feels as if they are broadcasting it personally to them. Sky Sports now even have their own dedicated channels for sports fans to watch on television, such as Sky Sports Football, Golf and Cricket and main events. They want fans to experience as much as they can through television, so they provide the channels for them. An example to show the lengths Sky have gone to broadcast to people is how much money they've spent for the broadcast rights for the Premier League. For the 2016-17 season, Sky paid 4.2 billion to show 126 live Premier League matches. This is for their own benefit, of course, as more viewers equals more money for them. But sport without viewers wouldn't be sport. Fans make professional sport, so they have to be as engaging as possible. So television needs to account for fans in order for sport to continue as it does today on such a global scale. They offer the channels in HD and 4K now to enhance the experience, a clearer picture, with interest fans more to watch. It is the best way to watch certain events, such as the World Cup. The World Cup in Brazil reached 3.2 billion viewers over the tournament, with 1 billion alone watching the final. The tournament was obviously in Brazil, so it's not accessible for the majority of fans, so watching it on television is the best option. A weakness, however, is Sky Sports, for example, can charge around £80 for the sports package for a month, so many fans will simply not pay that or not be able to afford that. This, therefore, is going to reduce the amount of people that are paying attention and tuning in live on telly. It is encouraging fans to stay at home also, because Sky Sports have now made it so easily accessible to watch certain events at home, but then again professional clubs are trying to eradicate that and get more fans as possible down to the stadium, so you could say there's a bit of a clash there. My new idea for a piece of technology for fan engagement would be an earpiece for the fans to wear so they could hear what players are saying out on the pitch. It would work by players having an ever so small microphone placed in their collars, so this would be suitable for rugby, tennis, football, cricket, any sport where the players have to wear a collared shirt. I feel this will engage the supporter, as they will be able to hear exactly what the players are saying, and they can choose to listen to whichever player they decide, using the special box that would power the earpiece that our fan would be wearing. A reason for this is they may get an understanding of why a player has chosen a certain shot in tennis, for example, or why a player has chosen to pass to a certain player. There are similar things to these, such as in snooker and cricket. Fans can listen to the commentators as they have a better view, and they are experts in the sport, so they will have better knowledge and might explain the situation better. A negative of this piece of technology, however, is that in football, for example, players' language can be quite explicit, and they can swear a lot, so fans may not want to hear players swearing in their ear for the whole 90 minutes of the game. So this could result in an age-restrictive use. Also, in contact sports such as rugby, the microphones could get damaged with contact of other players. So this may ruin the experience of a fan who has paid to listen to the professional players. If they can't hear what the players are saying, it's going to be money wasted, and the experience and the engagement of the fans isn't going to get up to scratch. So